which are some of the ways in which you can bring out these business risks before kicking off a project? So he's aware of risk storming, but do you have any other methods or ways of doing it?
These risk storming guys, I tell you, it's
everywhere.
They are everywhere.
Jazz is in Australia as well. I happen to know that, so you know he managed to get all the way down there as well.
I'm going to embarrass Baron for a second here because he's a friend of mine. But the very first time they got the risk storming cards produced, right? So I was in Brighton for Ministry of Testing. yeah, those things right there. And so my wife came out to London with me. Right, we went down to Brighton. I can't remember which one it was. We're sitting there at the pub. You know, she had joined me after whatever it was, and we're sitting. The whole Ministry of Testing group's there, and I'm sitting there at the bar having dinner with my wife. Right, at the same pub where I was at. And Baron comes up, didn't realize who she was, and just sits down and in the middle of our dinner starts pitching me those test sphere cards or whatever the hell they are in the middle of the and he didn't stop, and he wasn't picking up on any cues and stuff like that. And forever. And it was kind of fun. I said, Barry, we'll talk about it later. Can I finish dinner? You know what I mean? And forever now, whenever I say, like I just talked to those guys on the phone the other day, I said, oh, yeah, I'm talking to Barry. And my wife's like, oh, that's the nice young man with the testing cards. So that's who he's referred to in our house. So anyway, point being, they had to actually answer the question. Workshop or methods, right? So I think there's tons, and we could. Ministry of Testing has loads of them, right? Here's the test drives. Oh, there's tons of mnemonics and heuristics you can use to start to model out a system and model out risks and areas for doing that. And if you haven't checked them out, I think didn't you just redo Elizabeth Hendrickson's one as well? I think you updated that one.
We did, yeah. We put a new version of that out, yeah.
So that's a great way to do that and look for areas of risk. I would overlay that with all the information. So I don't think you can, once you build it, I suppose you could, but like modeling out business risks for your specific business, that's going to take research on your part because you'll have to know, but the framework for, we want to look at, performance risks. We want to look at functional risks. Well, like that all comes out of the, kind of test strategy or test approach that you're going to take to do that. And there's tons of great resources that I'm sure Richard can drop into there's too many to list.